Hey, what's going on, guys? Double 18 Set Shadow here. So, with the sneak preview of Clash of Heroes coming to an end and the actual release coming out on Friday, there's been a lot of movement that's been happening across, and unfortunately, I did miss my usual market watch this past Monday, Sunday, where something happened and I wasn't able to record. But with that, I'm gonna have quite a few items to cover this time around, so let's go ahead and get straight into it. Starting with Dragritter Halbay, which I noted last time was running out of listings and getting past the $30 mark again, but thankfully we've got a bunch more listings back on the market now, and the price has dipped just below that $30 point. If you want the regular promo, it starts at 27. If you want the reprint from Festival Collection, it starts at about 29 right now. Phasmatica Willista, which is still one of the top contenders in the meta right now, still cheap. 848 is the base price right now, and there are quite a few listings available from 850 and then a few base listings underneath $8 with higher shipping tags. So, still not difficult to pick this up. Ultimately, Ophelia is the make or break of your budget on this deck, given that it's still about 40-ish. Some of the triggers that come out of Lyrical, the effect triggers, we'll start with the draw trigger, Baratoi, which currently has a short amount of listings, 9 for its original from set 2 Lyrical and 12 for the special reprint. But this card is still about $8 if you want to pick that up. And then if you want the higher rarities, the SP is 62 base right now and the market price is just over that. While the LSR has a listing as low as 200 right now, 4 listings altogether on that, and its market price is 226. Then you've got Snow Skip Palvi, which is the effect front trigger, also from Lyrical Set 2. This card is $6, $7, and the market price just about holds there. In fact, the market price on the base listings are currently the same on both of them. I wonder who's selling that. Is it the same seller? I'm curious. Yeah, it is. Apparently, Win Condition Games is matching the current market price for both of those rarities. Then you've got the SP, which has listings as low as $30 right now. Market price is about $36.50-ish. And then you've only got 2 copies of the LSR left. They're starting at $207, and the market price is $184-ish. Something that did get bought out recently, though, is Sickle Blade of Inquest, which is the cycler from set 10 for Brantgate. This card was hovering around $9 to $12 for a while, and it suddenly jumped up and started getting bought for higher than that. Now it's selling a few copies recently at $18 to $19, and listings are as low as $19 right now. Why is it going up now? My guess is Eva. Now that Clash of the Heroes is coming out, this card is played in the newer variant of Eva, especially now that Combine Rusher can't be played in the deck. Spiral Cutie Angel has been dropping a little bit. This is the cycler for Cater Sanctuary. It topped off going up and beyond $20 for a little while, but we've got listings back on the market at $18 from the low end. So a little cheaper than it was before, but it's still one of the more expensive cyclers to pick up, and depending on what happens with Youthberg, this card may see another increase, but we'll have to see. Random callouts for value. We've got a few cards from set 10. Dispatch 3 Sisters of Cleaning. This is an order card, and it has an FR version. It has 7 listings right now, as low as $2, but then it kind of goes right to $5 for its listings. Now, I don't think there's anything notable about this card in terms of playability. It's just beautiful maids plastered in an order and lots of colors. So yeah, that's something to keep in mind. And then you've got one of those maids in her own card form. This is the only rare of the maids in this one, Putzer Schwistern Wheelp. and I am pretty sure I butchered that hard, so I apologize. But this only has 5 listings right now. It's been getting bought at $1 to just $2, but right now the only listings available are 350 plus. Just to keep in mind. So if you were looking to pick these maids up in their high rarity, they're starting to get bought out. Vanguard. This card is starting to get bought at higher values these days. The triple rare has a base listing of 18 right now, and while it had gone up to 20 before, it wasn't getting bought initially, but now players are going in. We have a number of listings that have been selling since the beginning of the month for 15 all the way to 20, and it's now selling rather consistently at about $18 to $20. And with set 12 on the horizon, bringing Vanguard a new support, it could very well stay up there for a while, if not go up a little higher. Then you have Bista Aptus, which has seen a drop since we last talked about it. The triple rare was able to get all the way up to $20 at one point, but we have a bunch of listings back on the market starting at $4.55 on the triple rare, and its market price is still closer to $8. Even the FFR has dropped off from its high values that it had before, although its market price is still significantly lower than the base listing. But right now the base listing is $65, and there are a number of copies underneath 70 before we actually get to the 70s, and there's only one copy that's above 75 right now. But yeah, this card is still the most popular of the Dragon Tree Wretches that you can pick up from set 9 right now, so it's also the most expensive. The next one I want to talk about is Demon Shredder, which is Dark State's Dragon Tree Wretch. This one has been staying pretty steady in value for its triple rare around $350. Market price is just around there. And the FFR got bought out a little while ago, so it's down to 4 listings starting at 33. And as for sales on this one, players did buy this back in August for 25-ish, but that's also likely due to the fact that since it was featured in that one new mask for Dark States, I can't remember its name right now. The thing about that deck is that it's going to have a lot of possible text that can be played into it. The new order-based cycler that's in Clash of Heroes could be played in it. Demon Shredder is also played in it. There are lots of different ways to play that deck in terms of the different texts that you can play. So a lot of Dark States generics might start going up when that deck comes out. In fact, they're going up right now, so kind of a moot point. But we've also got the FFR of Dracobactyl, which is the Dragon Tree Wretch for Dragon Empire. And I wanted to point out, there have been a few listings that showed up on the market recently for underneath $6. This is the FFR. And now there are 2 listings available under $7 right now before it goes back up to 17. But yeah, ultimately, this card has not been selling way too hot. As of mid-August, that's where the drop-off really started to happen when it started selling in September for under $10. So yeah, this might be a good time to pick it up since we still don't even have a Dragon Empire mask yet. And honestly, I'm sure they're going to have to make one at some point, which would likely send Dracobactyl back up in value at some point. Regalia of Wisdom Angelica is still down from its massive highs that we saw at $20. And right now you have a good amount of listings that are underneath $10, but a lot of them are closer to $9 if they are near mint. So while there's a $5.25 to start off with, that is only 2 copies that you can pick up at near mint status. And I will note that even though it's cheap now that Magic of Colored Flame Beryllium is coming out in Clash of Heroes, this may be the rebound that Regalias are going to see when Clash of Heroes becomes legal for BCS, which it'll release this weekend, and then in 2 more weeks it should be legal for BCS tournaments. So when that happens, there is a good possibility for Regalias, the Genesis stuff, to go back up in price. So keep your eye on your Genesis stuff, and if you do want to pick up and play the deck, now's the time to do it. Of course, if you do, you'll also have to consider that Thesis is really expensive right now. High Tension Roxella has been bought out and now has no listings on the market for its triple rare. This has been going up slowly. I pointed that out the last time I covered it, but now it's just gone. Of course, we're not going to be getting the update to Fortia until January over here, but I guess players are being preemptive about it. There's also the fact that this might get played in Kyrie, and now that Kyrie's also getting some new support later on, that could play into why this got bought out as well. Performing Petal Diantha, I just want to cover the triple rare for this one, given that this thing has been holding for a while above $20. And while we are getting the alternate art reprints in Clash of Heroes, those are very rare cards to pull right now. So thanks to not being that not easy to pick up, this card has been holding. So unless we get another reprint of this one that's easier to pick up, this card as a generic will likely stay above 20 for a while. Sylvan Hornbeast Alpin has seen another buyout recently. We've been seeing sales at $13, and now we've only got $18 plus listings, and there are only 2 listings available with 8 copies altogether. Orphist Regis. The high rarities of this one between the SSR and the SP are still pretty high up there. $470 if you want the SSR, and then $80 if you want the SP. But if you just want the triple rare, that has fallen out and is now $11 to start off with, but it still only has 9 listings. Keep in mind, though, that this is getting reprinted in the new deck set for the World Order-based Brandgate deck set. So if you want to wait and pick that up, you can get your Orphis Regis from there. Otherwise, you can always just pick up the original triple rare. Bastion Prime, the SSR, has slowly been getting bought out, and now there's only 1 listing available at $300, where it's been getting bought for over in the 190s for the last few sells. So keep in mind, we don't have that many copies of this left, and now the only copy is the equivalent of Seraph Purelight. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Blessed Artillery Dragon Brachioforce is a common from set 3 that is typically played in Gondiva these days, and it's over $1 to pick up right now. Most of the listings available are a straight dollar with a few cents here or there, and there are a number that are available for $2 plus 2. This is only a common, but it's still one of the most versatile generics that you can pick up for Dragon Empire as it is, so no surprise that it's gone up. The Mire Mine structure deck for Basagra. This is weird. $14 is the base listing for just the deck. And then you've got the starter deck display, which has 8 decks in it for $38. I'm never going to not be baffled by just how this works, given that you could just buy 8 of the decks instead of 1 of these for overall cheaper per deck, but of course, yeah, that's just the way it is. Right now, the starter deck is too expensive for what the sealed display is worth. The SP of Frenzied Harris. This is the front trigger effect trigger for Stoichia. This has a number of listings available under $12 right now, and by under $12, I mean like 5 cents. But it has a lot of listings overall that are just under 20, so if you were looking to pick these up, they're much cheaper than they used to be. Something that did really get out of control, though, is Drag Veta. The over double rares are high up in value, especially the original from set 1, which only has 1 listing at 38, so it got bought out. However, the SP has a listing for 37, which I'm going to guess is still a near mint. It is. And there are a number of other listings also at 37 for the SP. So unless you're okay with picking it up for $21 for set 6's version, and let's see how many quantities are left here. Every single copy for set 6 is either $21 or close to $25 with shipping considered as well. So at this point, you can pick this up for cheaper than the SP, but if this gets bought out, you might as well just go for the SP at this point. Going into promos to wrap up the day, Elementaria Sanctitude. So I did talk about how the full art was going up and running out of quantities, but unfortunately, it looks like the original is also doing the same thing now. It was on its way down below $20 and had a good amount of listings available, but we're back to 6 listings, and they've been selling for $25 to $30 as of late. And there's only one copy that's under $30 right now at $23.22. And yeah, so unfortunately, it looks like that grace period for picking these up cheap just kind of expired. We are in BCS season, so that probably has to do with it. This is a card that can usually be played in premium as well, which also contributes to that. And the final card to go over is Stealth Dragon's Kuyodachi, which is one of our promos from shop tournaments that came out in July. This card, or June, I think. June. It was June. But the regular version of this is out of stock, while the foil has 6 listings at $4.25 right now. Market price on the foil is over $8. Why don't we take a look at the details? I'm curious. So they have been selling for just over $4 recently, and most of the copies right now are under $6. As for the base version that's out of stock, 6, 3, and then someone actually bought them for 8. Another reminder to all my viewers, pay attention to the base and the foils. This is another example of you buying into something in its base form for a higher price than the bling version, which is clearly less expensive but more valuable. So again, I can't iterate this enough because I see it way too many times. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys later.